Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time and to figure out tech issues. I'm not quite sure what happened, but apparently we weren't on Facebook for a minute, but we are back and we are all set and ready to go. Tonight we have an incredible show lined up for you. I am super excited to sit down and chat with Veronika Electronika this evening. We've been chatting for a little bit before the show, and I am super excited for the interview process to get started. This is going to be so much fun. Of course, I'm joined by my beautiful sister, Amethyst Diamond. But first things first, a little who, what, where about me. Who am I? My name is Jade. I'm a drag artist located in Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag because it allows me to play. What am I wearing? I decided to come up with like a spooky, ghostly, witchy look this evening. My foundation is Miron. My eye makeup is all by Morphe. This is the the amethyst palette. No, it's not the amethyst palette. What is it? It's a purple palette. It's all purples. So really, such a gem. That's what it was. But it is a lot of purple in this palette. My lips are also Miron. My eyes are from coloredcontacts.com. I have actually been working at Hershey Park Dark Nights, and I've gotten a little obsessed with contacts. So I have ordered these. These are Luna from coloredcontacts.com. Absolutely love them. My hair is by Webster Wigs. The headpiece is the Bezos Workshop. And last but not least, we've got a lovely set of Rocks by Cox for you. And lastly, where can you find me? You can find me, at Hershey Park right now. I am enjoying Dark Nights. It is a very fun experience. Thoroughly recommend it to everybody who just wants to get out and have some fun. Where else? I have an incredible event tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. We are going to be doing some drag bingo at Archetype Pizza down in York, Pennsylvania. Super excited about that. I am the special guest tomorrow, and we are doing some Renaissance and medieval drag. So that's going to be fascinating. I have some fun numbers planned for that. One of which is brand new, and I can't wait to do it. The other one I've only done once and not in this area. So Lady Viola might be visiting tomorrow night. Let's just get to it now. You'll see Lady Viola. But that's a little who, what, where about me. We got people popping into the chat this evening. The lovely Amethyst Diamond is very chatty this evening. That is wonderful because she's backstage right now. Other things to talk about. Join our Patreon. There is going to be a very big Patreon project coming up the next 2 weeks, and that is exclusive for our Patreons. Everyone else will hear about it, but the Patreons, you're going to hear about it first. If you'd like to join our Patreon, just go to patreon.com/InsideTheDragCloset. You can join the incredible team of Daniel, Emily, Jeremy, Jess, Josh, Lori, Robin, Vicky, and Lindsay. You won't regret it. Amethyst and I have a project coming up. It's something kind of big for me, and I have kind of given Amethyst permission to get behind the scenes footage, if you will. And lastly, we've got merch. Don't forget to head over to InsideTheDragCloset-shop.fourthwall.com. That is a mouthful. And pick up your exclusive Inside the Drag Closet merch. We've got phone cases and bags. We've got beach towels. Of course, we've got fanny packs, because who can't exist without a fanny pack? Of course, we've got our hoodies up there. Feel free to get yourself something nice. Also, the holidays are right around the corner and you want to get something for your friends. Speaking of our friends, that was a segue. I can't do this without my beautiful sister. You know her and love her. So we are going to bring to Inside the Drag Closet the incredible Amethyst Diamond.
Oh my God, boo. Hey,
Ooh,
spooky
spooky.
girl.
How
Ooh,
you doing,
spooky.
girl?
You spooky. And you look fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I feel a little fabulous tonight. I'm not going to lie.
You absolutely nailed this look. I've always wanted to try that, but
Hmm.
I was always too afraid. Like, because I know the shadowing and stuff is very important when you do, like a clown white face and just like blacks and grays. Like, you nailed that.
You know what's funny? And like, I was nervous about it too. This is actually a grayish purple.
Nice.
Like all this contour, I was like, we got to do a purple. And like, this was also not the dress I was planning on wearing. So I had to go from one Fashion Nova to another Fashion Nova. But,
Honey, happy accident.
right?
Very happy accident. You completely nailed that look. I love it.
Thank you so much. I'm excited
I
about
love it.
it.
I love it. I have been complimenting your cosmetic growth recently, and you keep surprising me, girl. So good for you.
Oh, I can't wait to do the next one.
Looks so good.
I already have the next look planned, and it has something to do with our Patreon project that we're going to be working on.
Yes, we're going to have some procedures.
Girl, give them a little who, what, where about you.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is spooky month. It is my favorite month of the absolute year. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, where we talk about all things drag and many, many things that are not related. So, who am I? My name's Amethyst Diamond. I am a lifelong drag queen. I've been doing it professionally for 5 years now and full time. I do what I love for people out there like you who love what I do. So, what am I wearing tonight? Let's start with this beautiful, 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 beautiful sculpted brownish auburn, delicious dollop of updo on my head. I mean, it doesn't take much to guess who did this. The incredible integration made this for me. I absolutely am obsessed with it. She's correct. She's correct. The makeup tonight is a little bit of MAC, a little bit of Morphe, a little bit of Juvia's Place, and a lot of delusion. Lots of delusion. Let's see what else. The earrings, the jewelry, actually, the entire set here is by our good friend of the show, Rocks by Cox. That's right, Lollycox. Definitely check them out. Check their website out. I believe it's www.rocksbycox.com. A lot of fun vintage stones on here. This has like a hyacinth cat eye, as you can see. Probably one of my top three out of my plethora of stuff that I have that I don't need to order anymore that I keep doing. So the dress was actually given to me by a good Judy of mine. She is the show hostess down at Ghoulies Bar and Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I will be with them again in November, so stay tuned for that. But my lovely friend Regina Cox gifted me this dress. I complimented her when she had it on, and she said, "Here, you can have it." I shook her down. I really did. I said, "Give me that. That looks terrible on you. Give it to me." But where can you find me? You can find me every other Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet. You can find me on Facebook under Amethyst Diamond. You can find me on Instagram under Amethyst_Diamond1. And let's see, what do we have this week? Jade and I are actually together tomorrow at Archetype Pizza. We are going medieval. I'm doing the medieval. I'm doing it. I'm gonna try to do it.
You're
Friday,
going to do it.
Friday I will be at the Miss Gay Delaware America Review Show in Wilmington, Delaware at Theater N for the Miss Gay Delaware America Review Show. Saturday night I will be at Miss Gay Delaware America, the pageant, and Sunday I will be hosting the block party in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware from 11 to 5. right on Baltimore Avenue, right in all the fun areas, all the restaurants. Blue Moon is there. Camp Rehoboth is sponsoring, so please come check us out if you're in the area. And yeah, that's enough about me, sis. That's about it.
I love it. You are
Yes.
booked and blessed and highly favored.
Look, it's a lot of work. I treat it like a business, as you know. Um,
Hmm.
it drives me crazy, but again, I do what I love. I really do. Even like last week, I was at three different universities. I was raising money for fire halls. So I'm doing the good work. And
Yeah.
and I'm very thankful and very blessed for the opportunities. And of course, I share them with my sisters when I can. I'm always
Mhm.
trying to promote other queens and my friends. So it's I know that it's not going to be forever, so I'm thankful today. So yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna keep
super
doing what I'm
excited
doing.
because I've been so busy with Dark Nights and just other stuff that I haven't done a drag show since, August. So I'm super excited for tomorrow. I can't wait to step back in.
It's going to be a lot
Just
of fun.
yeah, and it's a great cast to be around. So
It is. It's just a good time. That's tomorrow night at Archetype Pizza. The doors are at 6 o'clock. Archetype Pizza is downtown York, Pennsylvania, for those of you that don't know. It is a $10 cover. That'll get you in the door. Fabulous food. They have pizzas and wings, and like the food is just
get the
fantastic.
queen.
And
The queen is my favorite pizza.
yes, 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 yes. They have these vampire wings. They're like garlic. Oh God, so good. Now I'm hungry. We'll be right
Right.
back after these messages.
All right. Now we're gonna go get fat. Um, Well, girl,
I
I
love
am
it.
super excited for our guest this evening. I have
Yes.
been we have been friends on TikTok for a while, and I am super excited. I finally get to chat with her tonight. She is an entrepreneur. She is a queen who has been doing this and has such a great mind for drag and professionalism. And you know what? I'm not going to talk. I'm going to let
Yeah,
her
let's talk
talk. I
about it.
am
Let's get it
so excited.
in
We're going to
here.
talk about it. Everybody, get ready for the one, the only Veronika Electronika.
Hi.
How you doing, girl?
Can we talk or what?
Let's talk. Let's talk about
Let
it. Let's talk.
This hair is so cute, though.
Thank you. She's like one of my, she's just something cute that I throw on every now and then, but she's fun. I like her. She's simple and easy, like some people I know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I ain't mad at it, honey. I'm not
Mm-mm.
mad at it. I'm
Now,
the crazy
everybody
one
out there in
throwing
the
donuts.
audience, if you have questions for Veronika or just questions in drag in general, go ahead and type them into the chat. But I think
Oh,
that my dear sister already has a question for Veronika.
I do, and I'm going to ask that right after she does who, what, where.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to write a structure for myself. Veronika, give us a little who, what, where about you.
Sure. Well, my name is Veronika Electronika. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm originally from New York City, but I've been in Nashville since 2000, so a long time. I've been doing drag since the summer of 2002. I absolutely love theater. I love performing. I love being an advocate for all of the communities that I'm a part of, an advocate for communities I'm not a part of in regards to social justices. I love to just enjoy life. I'm a big fan of the theater. I'm a big fan of music culture. Being in Nashville, there isn't a street corner that you don't pass that there isn't a musician or a singer doing their thing. And I love that about this city. And I have really embraced the drag culture over the many years to kind of formulate my character. I am the chapter president for Drag Story Hour of Tennessee, so that's a big part of my character. I have also testified in front of the state house and in regards to the anti-drag and anti-trans legislation here in Tennessee. I have a very supportive family, and I have a very supportive drag family, and I perform locally here at Pecker's Bar and Grill here in Nashville. But I'm also the current reigning Miss Rutherford County, or RUCO Pride, which is Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Laverne, and Eagleville. So I do shows out in that part of the world. And I'm a former Miss Bowling Green Pride up in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I do a lot of things up there as well. And I really enjoy the culture that we have as drag performers, and I think that it's a really amazing community, and we get to do it together, and we get to have a good time, and to me, that's the best part about drag, is to have, we get to stand on our soapbox in our 6-inch heels and spread joy, and we get to have a good time and make a difference.
I love you.
It's so true, though.
I also own a cosmetic company that takes up a bunch of my time, Performance Studios, which has been in Nashville for over 30 years, and I acquired it just after the pandemic. So I'm wearing our logo in our custom jewelry by Drag Diamonds. So super fun. Performancestudio.us. I'll give you a discount code, DRAG10, for your discount on all of your drag makeup. And so that I'm such a bad self promoter, and I really need to do better at that. And the makeup I'm wearing is literally almost all of it, from my foundation to my powder to my eyeshadow, is from Performance Studio. It's super highly pigmented. It will last you forever.
That's fabulous. Now, was that company a labor of love, or you said it was given to you?
Oh no, I bought the bitch.
I know that's right.
Nice.
She said, I own 100% of this lousy company. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. So, so it's a company that's been in Nashville for a super long time. The original owners sold it to a couple of employees, and then during the pandemic, when all the theater and all of the Halloween wasn't going, professional theater wasn't going, drag really wasn't going, the business really struggled, and they had to close down operations. And the current owners, they actually had to move out of town, and they approached me and said, would you be interested in purchasing the company? And I said, well, if the price is right, then sure. And we worked out a deal, and we purchased the company, and kind of there it is, and kind of saved it from going belly up. And over the last 30 years, if you did drag in Nashville, you shopped at Performance and got everything that you needed. And right now we're mostly focusing on the cosmetic part of the industry. So we have a proprietary blend of foundations and literally I think 24 colors of foundation. We have powder, and then eyes, lips, cheeks, the whole bang, and very well priced. And a lot of our eyeshadows actually come like individual pots, and like this pot of Frambrosia eyeshadow will last me like 3 years. It lasts forever because you need so little of it to make the color. And Frambrosia is color 4809. It's what's on my eye right now.
Okay. I am definitely going to check that out for sure.
I'll send you a
website, and like, I don't know if anybody saw my face, but I literally went, because the prices are so good.
Yeah. I should raise them.
100%.
So go and shop now, you guys.
Yeah. Well, shop when you're done with the show.
Yes. Yes, not right now. You know what I mean.
Not right now.
Not right now. We have other things to do.
Exactly. And for all of you watching out there, go ahead and hit that share button. Share the love, share the live, spread the goodness, spread the glamour you see presented here before you tonight. Because we are women of a certain age.
Yes,
and we look damn 100%. Fine too. I'm not mad
so
about
beautiful,
it at all.
I'm dead.
Clock it. I don't care.
Have you ever seen the movie These Old Broads?
I have not.
Oh my God. You've got to see it. It was one of Elizabeth Taylor's last movies, but it has like Shirley MacLaine. It's got Elizabeth Taylor. It's got the Joan Collins. It's got, you've got it. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's about a bunch of old actresses that get together for one last hurrah, and it's all those divas all in one movie. It's amazing.
That sounds so gay. I am in.
That's so gay. Divas Down Under.
Very gay. That sounds fantastic. That's amazing. Good for you. I love seeing, entertainers who have been in the business for a while, and you really have to treat it like a business, in order to be successful. This isn't our weekend hobby. This isn't, a midnight Mary at the bar down the street. You know what I mean? So I've been doing this for 25 years, since the 90s. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's nice to see someone who takes it as seriously, because, I think queens nowadays are still learning that, they're lacking the history and the knowledge and the know-how.
They won't be doing it in 23 years, girl.
Baby, they keeping us in business. You go ahead. They keeping me in business, baby. That's fine. I'll cash your
Follow
check
this,
because if it
as
clears,
Cher once said, follow this, you bitches.
100%, 100%.
So, Amethyst, what was
Yes.
that question you had for Veronica?
Yes. So Veronica, look, so I'm a huge fan of a certain artist, and I was like, huh, it would take a very, very crazy fanatic of a certain artist to get how you got your name. And are you a huge Madonna fan?
Yes.
Yes. I knew it. I knew it. And I am in love. I love it. I was like, okay, so she got Madonna's middle name and she's going for Ray of Light. Okay, like, come on.
Well,
Yay.
there's a story there. I don't know if you want the full story of how the name
Yes, I
came
do.
about. So when I was in high school, so I'm originally from New York City, and we had a program which I doubt still exists, but it was called co-op, and it was where you go to school one week and then you go to work one week, and you alternate between the two. And all of my friends, they all worked like at the stock exchange or at the World Trade Center, rest in peace, or they worked something in like the financial world. And I was like, I have absolutely no interest in doing that. And my advisor was like, well, you're in co-op, you got to work somewhere. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I was in my living room listening to the bedtime stories record. Okay. And I look at the back of the CD and I'm like, huh, I wonder. So I got out the
Yeah.
phone book, okay, and
Uh-huh.
rustled through, and I found a phone number for Maverick Records, and I called and I said, I wonder if somebody will answer the phone. And somebody answered the phone, and I said, this is me. I need an internship for this school program. I'm available full time every other week, and sometimes on the other week, for special events or whatever. Do you have anything that I could do? And he was like, and he said, well, how fast could you get here? I was like, I'm in Staten Island. It'll take me 2 hours to get there, but I could be there before the end of the business day. He goes, well, come on down. Let's have a conversation. And I got the gig working for Madonna's record label. And so when I got to the office, I could tell you exactly what I wore and everything. And Mike Taylor, who was the in charge of the New York office of Maverick Records, which was really based out of LA. So it was just a small office in the Warner Brothers building near Rockefeller Center. And I did all sorts of fun things working at Maverick, and I was so excited to be able to do that. And when Ray of Light was coming out, Madonna actually toyed with the idea of using using the name Veronika Electronika because of her middle name, like you said, and it was electronic music. And all of her advisors told her, don't do it. Don't change your name. Don't do whatever. Look what happened to Prince. You know what I mean? So, but I said, well, if I ever need an alias, that's what I'm using. And when it came time for me to pick a drag name, I was like, I know exactly what it's going to be. So Veronika Electronika was born, and I changed the spelling to be K-A at the end instead of C-A. So my old boss wouldn't have to give me a phone call with a stop and desist. And I've not looked back, and I've used the same drag name the entirety of my career. And I used to do Madonna in all of my shows. I used to do a lot of her music, a lot of her costumes, and I still do quite a bit. I'm more of a Dolly Parton impersonator nowadays here in Nashville, but you follow the money. But Madonna will always have a very special place in my heart because of her activism, her spirit, her endurance, and all of the things that she encompasses. And I love the fact that I get to emulate such a powerful woman.
Absolutely. I think that's
so
fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, Ray of Light is definitely one of her best albums. Bedtime Stories is my all-time favorite album of all time. So
she's
yes.
re-releasing it,
Shut up.
Right now. It's an anniversary year. She just released a never before heard uncut single from it. She just released it, and it's top 10 on iTunes in 14 countries right now. Bye.
And
check out her Instagram.
Oh, that's amazing.
I gotta go.
The Ray of Light
incredible.
album, like, it is still probably one of the best albums that has ever come out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it was a
So good.
remarkable record. She was just off the, hot off the heels of Evita, and her voice was amazing. William Orbit was an amazing producer, and she
Mhm.
had just given birth to her daughter, 2 years earlier. There was a lot going on, and she was in a really great place. Women in music at that era of time was in such a renaissance that it was just an amazing moment in American pop music culture. And she was
Yeah.
there for it and met it head on.
Love her to
Uh,
death. How many times have
uh,
you seen her in concert?
Just a couple of times, her
That's fun.
tours are far and few in between and stuff. But I remember seeing her in the Rebel Heart tour here in
That's
Nashville.
awesome.
When they found out Veronika Electronika was in the audience, they moved us to like sixth row, so I got to like get sweated on by her. It was very
Yes,
cute.
I love it. I love
that's
that.
so
That was the
cool.
only tour I saw of her myself was Rebel Heart. So,
Yeah, it's that's actually one of my
brilliant.
favorite records. Is Rebel Heart is one of my all time favorite
Yeah,
albums. Yeah.
Now
awesome.
I just want to download the entire discography again.
I
As you
know.
should.
I
Right?
know. I
I
love
used
her
to
so
Yeah.
go to
much.
sleep to the Ray of Light album.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that was my college experience, the Ray of Light album.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
So we do have a couple questions here. If anybody else
Yes.
has questions, feel free to type them in the chat, or if you'd like to send them more anonymously, you could send them to InsideTheDragCloset@gmail.com. But the first question we have is from Just Rose. What has been your favorite unconventional makeup hack that you've discovered so far in your drag careers? Veronica, you can go ahead and start with that one.
Okay.
Oh God. My unconventional drag hack. Uh I I don't
Fine.
know. I was taught drag makeup by some very God, we had this whole conversation backstage about being old school. But I learned how to do my makeup very old school, and I would kind of creep my mentors out because I would sit backstage at shows and I would just watch.
Good.
And I would watch all of the old school queens, all the big names here in Nashville. I would just watch, and they would be like, "Girl, what are you looking at?" And I'll be like, "I'm just watching, and I want to
Right.
learn." And they're like, so the unconventional. Here's something unconventional. Don't fall for the trends.
Yes.
So I'm turning your question on its ear. Miss Rose, I sorry for that. But so one of the most unconventional things that I'm doing is not following the trends. I'm not drawing crazy lines on my nose. I'm not doing a heart on the tip of my nose. I'm not chiseling everything. I'm not duct taping my hairline. So the most unconventional thing I can assume to do with my makeup is to not be a trend follower, but be a trend setter by doing what works for me and not trying to emulate what you think works for you.
100%. I feel very attacked, but 100%.
I mean, great. Glory to the person that looks great with lines on their face and duct tape on
Sure.
their hair and
Sure.
all of that. But and like 8 shades of color corrector under your foundation.
Yeah, I don't
I,
do all
I
that.
just I just don't do it. I do what I do what works for me. And if somebody says, you might want to try this, I'll try it. But if it's not for
Sure.
me, then I don't. It's just a thing. So I think everybody needs to embrace what works for them, and there's no makeup police. So don't be scared to try something because you want to, not because somebody else sitting on the other dressing station tells you should. But if somebody gives you
Yeah.
constructive
Right.
advice, take it if you can and make and better yourself and better your artistry. But don't follow a trend just because everybody on Instagram is doing it.
Right. Everything does not work for everyone. 100%.
Oh, that's cute. Just Rose just said, me, a queen who uses hard lines in her mug. But the thing is, if it works, it works. Like
Right.
I've tried different things. I've tried the nose contour before. For some reason, when I'm not in drag, I'm not a huge fan of my nose, but when I'm in drag, I like the width of my nose. I don't know. Tonight's
I
not
mean,
a good example because I was going ghostly and I do have a bit of a nose
but I
contour.
mean, I have a kind of a cute nose, but every nose needs a little definition, or else it looks like you don't have a nose at all. But like to draw those black lines to a point, like it's just, I think it draws attention to features of your face that are not intended to be drawn attention to.
Sure.
I think that sometimes like the makeup theory, kind of like you have music theory, makeup theory is supposed to be it's supposed to end at a certain point with an outcome. And sometimes I think that we do make things to our face and our makeup that doesn't land there. But that's not to say there isn't a place for that during specific types of makeup presentation, like the grayscale that you're doing. It would work differently than whatever. Like right now, I'm kind of doing like a little drag / fishy makeup, like I'm on a panel, because I am. But if I was going to be on stage at the Super Bowl, would my face look different? Absolutely. I'm painting for the room.
Yeah.
Right. You have to find that balance of all of them, and know how to read the stage. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Painting for the room, such a huge thing to remember. Like, know the venue you're going to perform in. If you're, going to be seen from 50 feet away, you want to paint harder. If you're right there with everybody, maybe not as hard. But again, like, all drag is valuable. It's just not. Wait, what was the quote? There's a booking for everyone, but not everyone is right for every booking.
That's right.
Next question.
What is the next question? Regina Holiday would like to know, over your drag career, do you have one moment you will never forget?
Oh, God.
I will never forget when Amethyst went to do a cartwheel and ate shit.
There goes my answer. I did. Oh my God. It was a pride event, Regina. If they ask you to perform on the dugout, don't. Just fair warning. It was a few years back. We were doing a benefit for Pride at the baseball stadium, and it had just rained, and we were to perform like literally a 60-second snippet of a song. So I go down, they're like, you really probably should consider wearing your sneakers. And me being me, I was like, absolutely not. I'm wearing my stilettos. Well, I probably shouldn't have, because I went to do a cartwheel, and the next thing I know, there were birds chirping around my head because I face planted right on top of that dugout faster than you could, baby. She went down. She went
Oh my
down.
God,
And
bless your
the
heart.
EMTs, like the medical team
How
ran over to
how
me,
did
and they're like,
how
"Are
did
you
I not
okay?" And I said, "Who are you?"
how did I
They
not
weren't
see
happy
that
with that.
viral video moment? Was this before
Oh
social media?
no, yes, it was before AOL.
Stop it.
Yes. No, I have the video. I'll happily share it sometime.
Absolutely. On the
Yeah,
bloopers
she went
reel.
down.
Right.
Baby, she went down.
How
Oh,
about you,
Cassie's here.
Veronica? What's
Mine is not so glamorous as hers. I
Yeah.
remember a couple of a couple. I mean, I'm sure I have lots of really great ones, but the first one that comes to my head is a couple of years ago when the drag ban of Tennessee was like really big news. We there was a couple of organizations that came together and did a humongous concert at the huge stadium downtown, and I was asked to be one of the presenters at this thing, and there were like 15,000 people in the audience. No, I didn't fall in front of them, but I was, I had to prepare remarks to say, and then we had to submit those remarks early, so that they can be put into the teleprompter and they can be reviewed. And I got some notes back of how I should edit what I was going to say, and I said, okay, so we got the remarks edited, but as I was walking up the steps, one of the producers tapped me on the shoulder and goes, once you're up there, you can say whatever the hell you want. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of let the mayor and the governor have it in front of the audience and 15,000 people. And I wore because, they the penalty for doing the type of drag that they think that we do to break that law is a felony, a Class B felony. So I had a gown made of a prison jumpsuit, an orange prison jumpsuit with rhinestone word felon down my left leg.
Yes.
And I wore rhinestone handcuffs
Yes.
onto the stage, and I delivered my remarks, and I just kind of put it all out there, and I walked up that stage, and they said, "Was that what you were supposed to say?" I said, "Absolutely." So I don't like being censored, and I said what I had to say, and there was a lot that we needed to speak about, and I got to introduce Sheryl Crow, and that was cool.
Nice.
The first cut is the deepest. You are.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Somebody just texted me and said that the YouTube link wasn't working.
Oh my God, are you kidding? The first YouTube link was deleted, but there is a new one that's going right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. Facebook,
You're being censored, Veronica.
I know. Like, apparently it deleted the Facebook, and I had to shut that one down, but I had to shut down both of it.
That's
And I
funny.
was talking about how convenient StreamYard is sometimes.
We've never had to do that before.
Yeah, it was very weird.
I
Also,
didn't
it's
do
not
it.
keeping videos up very long
No.
anymore.
Oh,
I blame
Regina, I sent you that video.
I blame
Regina wanted to
politics.
see me face plant. Yes, everything politics, 100%.
Politics.
Ugh.
Drag career. One moment that I'll never forget. Winning my first title, I think, when I was Miss Central Pennsylvania Pride.
That's always a special moment. Yeah.
Because I was doing drag for a minute, and I was like, you know what? Everybody's saying pageantry is the way I have to go, so let's do a pageant. Let's have some fun. And I loved it. And then they wanted me to do more, and I was like, I don't like who I am when I compete. So thank you. Now that I'm a title holder, I have work to do.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And Veronica, you are a current Pride title holder, right?
Yes, for Rutherford County, which is just one county over from Nashville.
Very nice.
Ruco Pride. Yay.
Ruco.
We do all sorts of really cute fun events. And I actually won the pageant. The talent I did was actually to do a story time, a drag story hour in my talent, and standing ovation and lots of really fun moments, and I tore them all up. All other 8 contestants were like, what the fuck is she doing on stage when they were backstage? And I mean, that's what I heard they said.
That's what I heard. I couldn't hear over my applause. I love it. Now, since you do drag story times, have you had much like kickback from that? Have you had, any violence in your area because of that, like down in Tennessee?
Yeah, we have had some protesters show up to events and stuff, but they're so stupid. They showed up on the wrong side of the street. They showed up 2 hours early. They left before we did, and they never even saw a drag queen because they were in the wrong place. And so they're just dumb. Nazis are stupid. But I take it very seriously, and I will not do drag story hours in public spaces that cannot be secured with proper security and stuff. I will not put children's lives in danger or their families in danger for the sake of a photo op or a talking point.
Of course. Yeah, we've had some issues here. In the next town over, a couple of years ago now, we had like bomb threats, and stuff like that.
I've not had anything quite that bad. Luckily, because I'm in Nashville, and like I literally like send a text message to the mayor and be like, hey, you need to have like the diversity officer from the police department like on site, and so I also don't recklessly book drag story hour gigs in dangerous places. So they're always on private property that can have either ticketed events or private events. So I don't do it like at the public library because protesters have the right to be there. So I choose to do them selectively and virtually. And we do them at at our big pride celebrations and things like that. So, yeah, so I'm very, I don't like to gatekeep the art of story hour, but I will not put anybody in jeopardy because of that. It's not worth
Absolutely
it.
not. It's not. It's really not.
I
No.
just booked
Yeah.
my first drag story hour in a few years because I've been afraid to do them, but it's on a college campus. It's, they said
Yeah.
kids might come, but most likely it's just going to be the college kids that come to it. And like they've picked out the books for me. I submitted a few of my own and they like them, but like
it's a hot issue, and it's unfortunate that we see in all areas of literacy that it seems to be the conservative thought process of keep them sick, keep them stupid, and keep them out of the way is how they want to keep the American people. So, but giving the gift of storytelling and education to children and to everybody is a way to break that cycle. And it's a very important thing that we get to do. And as drag performers, we capture the attention of the room, of any room that we're in. And when I got to testify in this Tennessee State House, it came up. And I said, the art of storytelling is an amazing gift. And we have all experienced that by learning about our families from previous generations, or from really good educators, or from good storytellers in modern media. And I said, I guarantee you that I can capture the imagination of a young person as well, if not better, than a Marvel Studio multi-billion-dollar production. And I don't know if that makes you scared because I can do that because of who I am, or because I can take money out of the pockets of your big dollar donors. And I said that it's a shame to be able to withhold the art of storytelling from children because of who I am and how I'm dressed. But looking at banned books and looking at drag story hours and looking at conservatism in general, why would you be an advocate to limit the amount of education any child gets? It's beyond my comprehension.
There's no good answer for that. Yeah.
No.
It's all just being done to keep people ignorant. And it's so transparent too.
Keep them sick, stupid, and poor. That's their game plan.
They're really, sadly, they're working. It's succeeding.
Yeah.
Well,
sadly,
we have a plan.
We do.
Mhm.
Yes. It's coming.
Are we ready
Project
for the next question?
69. Project 69.
Yeah.
Here we come. We got this.
So this next question is a good misconception question, but I think
I
this
know
is a good
her.
one to
I beat her in a pageant one time.
Misconception. I love her.
Yeah.
Love it.
Tori Vic would like to know, may I please ask if you ladies are in relationships? If so, are they drag kings?
I am married, and my husband has indeed done drag in the past, but it was many, many years ago. And I would only date another drag performer if we did not share the same sizes, because I like my shit to be mine.
Or like aesthetic in general. Like you can, if I'm glamour, you have to be like spooky.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Complimentary.
Yes.
Although
unless they were like unless they had like a bunch of sickening stuff and like I could convince them to like give it all to me anyway or something. But
Right.
yeah, no.
That's the only exception.
I've known a couple that were very polar opposite in drag aesthetics, and they were terrifying in a dressing room to be around.
Right.
Like it was awkward.
Right.
But yeah, I have a boyfriend. He does not do drag. He's toyed with the idea of it. But I think the misconception is that well, and my ex-husband has stepped into the drag world a little bit, but did more masculine presenting drag.
Yes.
But still, yeah. I think the misconception was that we are pretending to be women.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, where's the lie?
Exactly.
Where's
Who's
the lie?
pretending?
Right. I'm biological.
She's psychological.
No, I am
Uh,
also partnered. I've been partnered for 5 years. I have a very loving and supporting partner who is very glad not to do drag. So no, he does not do drag, but he is full steam ahead with supporting this as my career and seeing it as a valid source of income, as a way to, put positive change into the world and to, make myself happy in the process. So yeah, no, he does not do drag. No, there's only room for one of us here.
aw. Tori said, not trying to assume anything, just wanted to know a tidbit about your love life. Hope I did not offend,
Yeah.
not my intention. Not offended at
Oh
all,
no,
baby.
No, we're
not
not.
one bit.
Yeah,
Not one bit. Not
There
one
are
bit.
drag power couples out there.
very true.
Yes. Yes. Yes, there are. It's impressive because I don't know if I could do that.
Mm-mm.
And really, like, because drag is such a main part of my life. Like,
I don't have the
huge.
closet space in the house.
I had to make that one. Like, this place
Crazy.
didn't even
Hello?
come with closets.
I've got
Yeah,
my
it's
drag
crazy.
room. I don't have room for anybody else's shit in here.
Mm-mm.
And I don't like when my drag like goes all over the house. No, it needs to
Okay.
go there, and I don't want to see it when I don't want to see it. So yeah, right
That I
there.
keep this door closed when I am not in drag.
Bolted shut.
Ex-
The monster
We're
comes out.
all three of us are on that same page, girl. I don't even come to this floor of the house when I'm not in drag.
The
It's like
funny
a
thing is,
haunted doll.
I redid my whole apartment. So the room I'm in now, my drag room, used to be my bedroom, and my bedroom used to be the drag room. So I switched them.
Sounds
Yeah.
messy.
It really was.
Sounds
Um,
sticky.
oh, next question. We got some really good questions tonight. Keep them coming, everybody.
Thank
Jamie
you.
Everett would like to know which drag performer inspired you in your drag career?
So
I think
many.
Jamie's in Nashville, well, Nashville adjacent. I think she knows the answer to this question, which I love the question. Well, am I first? I
Go
guess I'm
for it.
first. So,
Absolutely.
I have been inspired by many really amazing drag performers. So the first queen to ever put me in drag, she's had several names over the years, but she goes by Bitter Betty now from Dragula.
Yeah.
But 23 years ago, she went by other names and stuff, and she was the first person to put me in a face, and I love her and I respect her so much. But there were lots of other performers. Bianca Page was a very popular performer here in Nashville. I was really a big fan, and I would just watch as she would get in drag and watch her on stage. And the fire goddess Raven from Atlanta, from years ago, with Charlie Brown's drag daughter, Charlie Brown herself,
Yes.
Sable Chanel from East Tennessee.
Yes. I'm so
So I
excited.
think lots and lots and lots of really amazing drag performers. Samantha Close is a drag performer from Puerto Rico that lived in Nashville for a long time, has designed many of my costumes, and I'm just enamored with her designs. And so my character has been enriched by so many other drag performers around the country that I've met and I've gotten to work with, that I wouldn't be the performer that I am without them. And I would consider you guys part of that story, because I love the fact that you guys get to do this digitally, and you get to bring people on your show from all over the place and share ideas and get to do your thing.
Yeah.
Y'all are part of the story now.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
When people ask like who inspires me, it's everybody that I meet. I am a collection of so many artists that came before me. I'm a product of our history. I can't really pinpoint one. Well, I can, but there's many people that I used to do the same thing back in the day. I would just, sit in a dressing room and just watch, just silently, and just taking all of that knowledge in and listening to the banter backstage and hearing their stories. Like all of that inspires, the character that I am today. So my main inspiration is, Sabrina White. I love Sabrina White and Jessica Jade. And, I've always loved the high fashion and the glamour and just the class and elegance and the style. of drag, and especially old school drag. Yeah, I will always be an old school queen until the day I die. So yeah, I'm a product of many of us and our stories.
I think that's the great thing about drag. Like, the more we're in it, the more we're inspired by those we're around
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
And not just those who came before, sometimes those who came after, I always say every year or so, I change something about my aesthetic. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But there's always something new to learn from somebody else, and that's drag. That's the
you're
community
doing
we're part
great.
of.
And isn't it great if you've gotten to experience somebody coming up to you and say, "Oh, I really look up to you," or "I really enjoy what you do," or "Will you help me with this?" I enjoy that.
Mm.
I have a couple of dragling children under me, and a couple of them really touch me when they say, "Thank you so much for your help," or "Is it okay if I come to this show with you?" I really, so it's a really great feeling.
Yeah.
I love that too. Being a mentor, especially, queens and artists like the three of us, it's great when the younger generation, who is only really inspired by social media and what they see on television, our history is being lost because of those things. And I think it's also creating a negative, outlook on what drag is supposed to be, um, without the history
Well,
and the knowledge to
and
back it up.
I got a message today, ironically, from a young drag performer here in Nashville, and she goes, so and so is your drag mother, right? And so and so is. And so are their drag mother. So that makes them your drag grandmother. And then their da da da. And I'm just like, well, we're not talking about blood and DNA here, so it doesn't work as linear as that. I said, and there are lots of people that have influenced my career that I wouldn't necessarily call my drag mother, or whatever. And I said, so you can't look at it like a family tree all the time, because it would be a very lonely forest if there was only one tree. So many times there are lots of trees in the forest, and they all mix and mingle with each other.
Right,
So
right.
I would be a lonely performer if I was only inspired by the limbs of one tree.
Right.
I was pollinated by many trees growing coming up
Girl,
in the industry. So
girl.
I tried to explain that to them, and she goes, "Oh, polyamory." I'm like, "You're missing the point, you damn, Gen Zer." She didn't get it, but anyway,
He's been pollinated several times.
Mm.
really well.
Yeah, really well. Her roots run deep.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
I
but
love it.
that's
I love that.
alrighty. Next question. Ooh, I love this one. If you could do a drag performance that features three different looks of the same music artist, which artist would you choose, and which three songs and looks would you do?
Don't make me
Michael
go
Jackson.
first. So that would be so good.
I would
Right?
do Michael Jackson. I would do obviously Thriller. I would do Remember the Time, the Egyptian look that he did. And I would probably do, oh, there's so many.
Scream.
Um, yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes. Or Smooth Criminal, because I love a suit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I could do the lean, Yeah. Michael Jackson for me. Or Janet,
Madonna's mine.
whichever.
Like, I have a goal to get through every single number on the Ray of Light album in my drag career.
That first one's a
Okay.
doozy.
The
You
first
could
one's
be
a
a
doozy.
candy
I've done
perfume
Murder
girl.
though.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know
and
it
that
so
look right
well. I'm
there,
so
you can do it
happy.
right. You can do it in
Oh
that look.
yeah.
I'm so happy.
At your show tomorrow for the medieval thing, I would do Joan of Arc from Rebel Heart.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah, there's two really good versions of it.
So excited about that. I love that you know her like I do.
Um,
Oh, it makes me
so
happy.
yeah, that's such a good question.
Yeah,
are
It
you,
is.
Jade? Are you done with your answer?
I'm good.
I mean, my first instinct would be to say Madonna as well because she has so many distinctive looks. Um, but I mean, Dolly has also gone through really, really fun stages in her career as well. With her big giant bell bottoms, on her Porter Wagner show days, to her big giant hair in the '80s, and doing all sorts of really cool, fun cameos in movies, 9 to 5, and Best of the Whorehouse in Texas, and then her new millennium look and her rock star look that she just put out. I mean, like, so she's got some really good, very iconic looks to do as well. So if the sign up sheet was already done and you took Madonna, I would definitely do 3 very distinctive Dolly looks, and I have them ready to go if you're ready.
Nice.
Right now.
She's ready for the gig. Somebody put together that show. That would be a fun
Let's do
show
it.
too.
I've done a decade show.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
We had a theme
Yeah.
for a show once that never actually happened, but it was we all had to do a number from the year we were born, a number we've never done before, and something we're well known for doing.
We did
Okay,
do
I
that.
get that.
Did we?
We did that at Diva.
But mine was Knock on Wood, and I never actually performed it. Was I not there that month?
I don't know, but I remember
knock,
doing
knock
that.
on wood. Dun, dun, dun. That's such a great song.
Right?
Or was it our first performance? I think we did one, the song we ever first performed.
That's what it
I
was.
think that's what it was.
Yep.
Mine was a
Yeah.
Madonna song, Impressive Instant, on a Thursday night at the Connection in 2002 in August.
Wow.
Not Impressive Instant.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did that at Divas Down Under once, and everyone in the audience was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Get
I was
out."
gonna
Yeah.
say not many people know that song at all.
Well,
Wow.
but this was when the record was new still.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and then the second song I did that in that first show I ever did was Song for the Lonely by Cher. And the
great song.
CD skipped. The CD skipped. And the first line of that song is, when you're standing on the edge of nowhere, right? So I'm standing on the stage, right? And it kept skipping. So I thought I just sat down on this, on this big speaker that was on stage. And the second I sat down, of course, it didn't skip, and I was sitting on the edge of nowhere.
It worked out.
God.
It worked out.
Sure.
The universe provides something.
That's great.
What achievements are you looking forward to for yourselves for the next few years? My hip not breaking.
You know, you know, definitely that. Achievements. Veronica, do you have what's next for you? What's coming
I
up?
would I would like an achievement of mine to be to see the drag ban taken off of the books here in Tennessee. I would like to continue to fight for that, to be able to be part of the movement that eliminates the fear of doing drag in the state of Tennessee for becoming a felon. So I would like to continue to work with organizations that will make that a reality, so we can remove this law that is on the books that I would like to see it finally taken. I would like to see it defeated once and for all. And I would like to be a part of that. That would be an achievement. But not for me personally, but for the world.
I think
Right.
that's something we all need right now. We need the arts to stop being so censored.
Yeah.
Art for a reason.
Yeah.
I
Like
remember
if you're going
being
to censor something, censor. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I remember being in Arkansas in Little Rock a few years ago, and that's when they were, drag being illegal and all this stuff, and the Proud Boys were coming and all this stuff. Like, it's just crazy that it's like, are we still doing this? Are we still taking up that much space in your heads? Like, when we're
Yes.
just literally, yes, exactly. We just want to exist, and we're doing such good things in the world. and they don't see that. It's just
No, they do
it's
see it. They do see it, and it scares them. They see it. They see it, but it freaks them out.
because they don't understand it. People hate what they don't understand. And rather than get to know it and understand what it is, it's easier to just like get rid of it.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
It is, but we have a plan. As we
I'm
were
so
saying earlier,
glad.
we have a plan. I think.
Order 69.
Yes, yes. Project 69 is
Yep.
underway.
Get well
Megan
pollinated.
Insight would like to know, have you ever considered writing a book as your drag character that you can share at Drag Story Hour?
Yes, I would love to work with a publisher and get some of the stories that I have to be published and to do that. There are several drag artists that have done that, and there are lots and lots of queer artists that are authors that have written some amazing books, like Paul Castle, for example, and Little Miss or whatever her name is that wrote the Hips on the Queen Go Swish Swish. So there's tons of it. But yes, I would be more than happy to collaborate with some folks and write down some of the stories that I do. I love to write. I love to create stories, and I love to share stories. And one of my favorite drag storytellers doesn't do story hour per se. Coco Peru is one of my favorite drag artists and such a huge inspiration. And what an amazing storyteller. I could listen to her tell stories all day long, and she really does inspire me to be a better storyteller and to be a good story listener. And I'm actually about to be featured in my pastor's book. And I have an entire chapter, drag me to the pulpit, talking about how some of the sermons that I've given at church in drag influenced her career as a pastor in the Lutheran church. So that book will be coming out next year. So I'm really looking forward to participating in that. But yeah,
That's
That's
so
incredible.
cool.
I didn't put that in my bio, so that's new for you.
Hey, that's
I love
beautiful. The
that.
power of drag. Drag's a powerful
Yeah.
thing.
And that's really what scares a lot of conservative people, is that they often fear. And you heard, Madonna has said it for many years over her career, especially in the late 80s and 90s. Many men in power fear a strong and powerful woman, because their control over the industry, over politics, over financial, over the family, is rooted in such fickle things that a strong woman could knock it all down so easily. Why do you think there's reasons why we haven't had women presidents, and there's reasons why we haven't had very many women senators or governors. It's because women don't take shit lightly. They don't like bullshit. And there's a really great quote. So if you like this Madonna song, What It Feels Like for a Girl, that has a whole premise about femininity. And there's a line in it from a movie called The Cement Garden, and it's girls can wear jeans, cut their hair short, wear shirts and boots, because it's okay to be a boy. But for a boy to look like a girl is degrading, because you think that being a girl is degrading. But you'd secretly love to know what it's like, wouldn't you? Well, I mentioned that at times when I'm doing public speaking engagements, men find the fact that we want to dress up and emulate women degrading. Like, why would you want to be the weaker sex? Why would you want to disavow your manliness, your manhood, to be the weaker sex? And that's why they feel like it's such a bastardization of the human race for us to do that. Well, I say I'm embracing the security I have in my masculinity by embracing my femininity and embracing the spirits of very strong, emulating the spirits of very strong women and strong feminine presenting people. And I think that they get so scared of women and the idea of a man trying to emulate the spirit of a woman, let alone transition from a man to a woman. Why would you abandon your masculinity? They find offense to that, and that's a whole other topic of huge proportions. But the idea of villainizing somebody who wants to embrace the weaker sex, quote unquote, really terrifies them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Right. Yeah.
And it's funny
Sorry,
that
that
we
was kind of
crossed this.
soapboxy.
No, that was
No,
great.
that's why we do this. That's exactly why we do this.
Mhm.
You know, like when I'm in drag, you know, and a lot of my friends and sisters can say the same. You know, when I'm in drag, I feel more confident, more powerful.
Absolutely. I can walk
I don't
through
leave my
any brick
lens alone.
wall.
Any of them at
Yeah.
all, effortlessly, without question. I feel like I am a stronger woman than I am a man.
Mhm.
But in the same respect, I am that woman. You know what I mean? So it's just the layer that I'm wearing that gives me that confidence. But it still comes from me, which in turn helps me with who I am as a man. Two-way street.
My strength is not dictated by masculine or feminine. My strength is individual to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, and we need to stand up for those strengths. You know, we need to be our own best cheerleaders, and we need to stand up for people that cannot stand up for themselves, especially for our marginalized communities, like our people, you know, people of color, you know, people that are transitioning, people with disabilities. They don't get listened to. They don't get listened to by society. They don't get listened to by their doctors. They oftentimes don't get listened to by their family. So it's really important for us as people with voices, with microphones, to call attention to groups of people that are marginalized, that cannot speak up for themselves. We are losing too many of our brothers and sisters to bullshit like that, and we cannot allow ourselves to not embrace the moment and the power that we have, that we've been given the opportunity.
Right. We are definitely the voice of the unheard.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to. Somebody's got to fucking say it.
Right. Like I feel responsible, you know, being a queer artist of color. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to. This is what I'm meant to do. You know, like I love doing drag. You know, it's my job. It's what I do. But this is my purpose. The drag gives me the power to live out my purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And when it comes to public speaking, this one right here has a gift for galvanizing and making everybody there feel like they're the most important person in the room, even if there are 1,000 other people there.
Yeah, that is a gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
That
I
and that kind
love
of
it.
goes hand in hand with the next question, which I'm really glad we are on this. Jamie would like to know, is there any advice you would give these new queens starting out as a performer? It's more
So
than
much.
just putting on a dance outfit and twirling on a stage.
It's not what you see on Drag Race.
Yeah.
Didn't we say we weren't going to talk about it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's not what you see on TV. Was that better?
Right.
Well, I
Right.
mean, it can be, but you're missing so much of it if it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry, my nose keeps running.
That's okay.
Advice, just be true to yourself, and find people that you emulate with, that will support you back, and have a good time. I will not perform in venues. I will not perform songs. I will not perform for audiences that don't allow me to have joy while I'm doing them. I had somebody come up to me once after I got off stage and said, I don't know how you can lip sync and smile at the same time, but you do it all the time. And I'm like, well, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I often do songs and artists that I can do that with. And I love that part of performing. You know, I like that, especially being a Dolly Parton impersonator. I do Dolly quite a bit. You can't be in a bad mood and lip sync to Jolene, even though you hate the bitch.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly is nothing but pure joy.
Yeah.
Pure joy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I want to portray when I'm performing. I want people to smile and love and be happy. Like
I don't see
that's
that in a lot of new queens. I see attitude, and I see a hair flip, and I see sex, and I see attitude, and I see
Arrogance.
entitlement. You know,
yes.
And that's not all of
Snatching
them, but
dollars. Just grabbing dollars. Oh, I hate that.
uh, I hate that, and like to throw your money on the floor. I mean, I was told you never throw that money on the floor. If you need to put it somewhere, do it for that if you have to. But to like snatch money and throw it and throw it, I think that is so disrespectful.
It
I was
is.
taught that is somebody, they made a choice to pay their rent with that dollar bill or hand it to you. You should treat it with respect.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told this story before and I'll tell it again. I had a baby queen at a gig one night. She was doing that. She came up to me afterwards. She's like, no one's tipping me. I'm like, girl, you're throwing their money on the floor. And she's like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? I'm like, put it somewhere safe, hand it to somebody, but you're grabbing dollars and chucking them. Like, no one's going to tip you.
And if somebody asked me that nobody has ever, but if they were, I would say, when's the last time you went to a restaurant and when you gave them the tip, the waiter threw it on the floor and walked away? What would you think?
Yeah.
Right. I'll sweep it up with the crumbs later. Like, what?
Yeah.
No. Like, I love watching like the legends of drag, like the icons do a number, walk through a crowd. They will collect it, sort it, smooth it out, face it. In the span of a 6-minute number, they will have a perfectly stacked, organized, like pile of ones, like Dana St. James or Tasha Long. Like, to watch them collect money is a gift.
Tommy
Like,
Ross,
yes,
Tasha
Tommy
Cole.
Ross. Yes. It'll be in the bank by the time their number ends. Like, it's like so
Catalog.
impressive. Catalog. Love
Tax
it.
deduction.
Yeah. Yes. Yep, they already got their rebate back.
The next question is a cheeky one. What are your favorite cuisine to cook and eat? Ramen.
Yes.
Italian. I like Italian food.
Yeah.
To cook, I mean, I love to cook. I'm making beef stew tonight.
Ooh.
In the Instant Pot, all in one pot.
Yes. Potatoes, carrots, all that. You do it. Yes.
I like doing the side work for Thanksgiving, but not the turkey.
Oh, I do like putting on a Thanksgiving.
I inject my turkey with apple cider.
Absolutely.
So good.
I am scheduling a drive for November.
Absolutely. I make a mean risotto. Like, love me some risotto.
You do that.
Well, you do that. I love to cook. I love food. Like, before I became a full-time, circus clown, I worked in a lot of fine dining and hospitality and all that. So my palate is quite refined. I do like fine things. But I love to cook. I like to make meatloaf. I like to make cheeseburgers. You know what I mean? Like, simple stuff, but I love to do it. I love to do it for other people. So
I like baking cupcakes using
soda.
Using soda. Yes.
Soda cupcakes are the guiltiest pleasure on the planet.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
Have you ever done it?
No.
1 box of cake mix, 1 can of soda. That's all you need.
Sounds like diabetes.
I have the diabetes, and I feel like I would have to have an appointment afterwards. Can I use Coke Zero?
Probably.
It's probably the sugar that does it. Because look, my ham glaze at Christmas is made from Dr. Pepper, so I'm with you on that. But
I want to be on the Netflix show Nailed It in drag.
Oh yeah,
Nailed It. Yeah. I love watching Great British Bake Off, and I love watching Nailed It. And
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's pastry week.
We have 2 more questions. Technically, we only have 10 minutes left, but I think we're going to go like 5 minutes over just because we started a little late tonight.
I'm taking my earrings off because my ears hurt.
Do it, girl.
Go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
Earrings is more than they were supposed to be.
Alizayla Diamond sent in a question, and this question I absolutely adore. This is Amethyst's drag daughter, by the way, who would like to know 3 true things about drag queens and 3 false things about drag queens.
We got this question last week at Penn State York. It was like 3 misconceptions that are true and 3 misconceptions that are false. So, and for we could not answer some of it. I was like, I don't really know. So 3 true things about drag queens and 3 false things about drag queens. Okay, I'm not going first.
False thing about drag queens: we do not all want to be women.
That was
Some
my
do.
answer last week.
Yep.
That was my answer, that we all want to be women. I said I will speak for myself since others on the panel identify differently, but as a cisgendered male who lives my life as a man, you know, I don't want to be a woman.
Yeah.
No. I love doing it, but
Yeah.
3 true things about drag queens. This stumped us too because someone was like, well, all drag queens are catty. I'm like, not necessarily. Like, we're witty.
And
You
the
know,
ones
we're
that
quick-witted
are not always
individuals.
good at it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. True things about drag queens.
Drag queens
We
do
love
not want to read you.
What?
right.
That's not the job. Like, well, maybe. Telling us to
Who?
go up and
Okay.
read your friend, that's not fun.
Okay, so I'll take it here so you guys don't have to, okay? So drag queens do not want to groom your children unless you talk about creating a safe space for imagination and discussion, grooming, which whatever, you do that at your Sunday school, okay? We do not want we do not want to have our genitals cut off and manipulated, as they would say. We do not want to take over your school or your public place or your parks or your libraries. We don't want to do none of those. Are 3 things that we don't do. We are not those things. We are, you know, what we are courageous people that embrace our differences. What we are outspoken individuals who take our jobs seriously. What we are advocates for communities that do not have the opportunities to stand up for themselves.
Mhm.
And that's that on that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, we are advocates. We are leaders. You know, yeah, 100%.
Veronica, that right there, like so I put a TikTok out asking if anyone would like to be on the show. Veronica, you were the first person to respond, and you were a hard yes from the beginning. I was like, I need her on the show. I want her here. And I'm so happy you are here because of moments like that.
Right.
The wisdom and the articulate nature. I'm having so
It's
much fun right
nice.
now.
It's nice to have someone who is like-minded and on the same page and understands and knows our history and is here for the purpose of the greater good. So, yeah.
It's important to have drag performers that are in this headspace, right? Because the culture will allow us to become all of the things that I said that we won't. The culture would allow us to become clowns, would allow us to become, you know, comedic sketches. The culture would allow us to become marginalized, but it takes people to bring people back down to earth and be like, no. Drag has been around for centuries. We have a skill set that is valuable. We are not just background noise. And I will say this, and it's very controversial, especially here in Nashville. I have 2 local pride festivals that have eliminated drag performances and drag programming from their festivals. I will not support those 2 pride festivals. And when they say, well, if we have drag, it could potentially shut the entire thing down. I said, well, then we'll go down together. I said, but when you start excluding members of our community because you're scared of an ordinance, that's when they win. And it pisses me off, to use the vernacular I don't like to use, but it really makes me mad when we bend the knee for the sake of corporate profits and idealism that it's okay to marginalize some of us as long as the rest of us get to have a good time. And it pisses me off. And then their concession is, well, we'll have a pride pageant for it, but we'll have it in another county because we can't do it here.
Right.
And it
We'll tuck you in
really,
over there.
it really ticks me off. And do I want to be the one that gets arrested for the Tennessee drag law first? Do I want to be that defendant? No. If I happen to be, would I cower and take a plea? Hell no. I would right to fucking Washington Supreme Court if I had to. And I have some very good lawyers, ready to go there. But the whole reason why the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals lift of the ban didn't stick is because, well, nobody has been injured by this law, so there's no standing. When the organization Friends of George in Memphis won in the appellate court, and they said, yeah, you can't do this because it's a violation of blah, blah, blah. And then it got reviewed and said, well, nobody got injured by it. You're saying hypothetically this could injure these people, but nobody has actually been injured yet. So somebody needs to get arrested, somebody needs to get charged, and somebody needs to challenge it from the other side of the booking station. I don't want to be that person, but it needs to happen in order for it to be struck down in this culture. Somebody needs to be affected by the ridiculous law that it is. And it's going to happen eventually because it is a violation of our First Amendment rights to be able to express ourselves. And it is a huge violation of our trans brothers and sisters to not be able to express their gender in a public setting, as fear that somebody may say that they are doing drag or they are doing something sexual in the same space as a minor. And it's going to take just one rogue cop to arrest a trans person singing karaoke on Broadway, saying they're doing a drag performance in front of children, and they happen to be a trans person wearing a miniskirt. And then that's where it's going to start, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be ugly. But we will win. We will persevere.
How is drag? How is the drag environment in Nashville? Like, are you overly cautious down there? Like, how's it going down there?
You can't slang a dead cat in this town without hitting a drag show. I'll tell you that.
Good.
It's everywhere. It's
good.
Everywhere. It's
Good,
everywhere.
good.
But a lot of corporate entities are very cautious. But a lot of queer safe spaces are around it, and there's plenty of drag around. But it's because I'm in a blue dot in a red state. But when you go into the outlying counties, that's when you see more limitations on our art form.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Gay America used to be in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. And Memphis has struggled a lot with drag venues and stuff, but for lots of other reasons and stuff. But yeah, and now the National Guard has been deployed to Memphis, and that's a whole other thing,
For what?
Wow.
I just don't.
Wow.
Yeah, our governor thinks it's a swell idea.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, but we need queer representation in Congress. We need queer sympathizers in Congress. We need representation locally around the country. We need to change the narrative, and we need for politicians to stop acting like the word liberal is a dirty word.
Right.
You will never hear an ad for even the most left or the most liberal politician. They will never say, I'm a super liberal running for Congress. But you will hear saying, I'm a super conservative running for Congress. You'll hear it because being conservative is not a dirty word, but being a liberal is. You look at any Democrat that's running for office, they will use keywords to try and not trigger the fact that they may vote left of center on anything these days. We have got to allow for liberalism to be popular and be colorful and be admirable for people to be allowed to say that they are those things without it looking like they're crazy.
Right.
Being liberal should not be a dirty word.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And coming, in November, we have another month where we're going to vote, and it could not be any more critical.
Yeah, there's a special election in Tennessee for the seventh House for United States Congress, and there's a Democrat running, and she is pretty formidable, and she could possibly win the seat, and the United States House of Representatives could indeed have a Democrat representative from the 7th District of Tennessee. But we need for people to get out of their house and vote. It's so ridiculously important. We've got to allow for that to happen, and people have to care. People have to care. And I know we're running short on time. I'll say one more thing, and I don't want to soapboxy too much, but people often ask me when I'm asked to speak at events and things. Often after I'm done speaking, I will get somebody who will come up to me and be like, I don't understand why are they doing this to us? Why do they vilify us so badly? And I often answer them with the same answer. I say, because they can. There is no law protecting most of our LGBT citizens. For decades, people of color were persecuted and ridiculed and discriminated against because the country allowed them to be. People with disabilities were allowed to be kept out of public buildings without ramps or accessibility because they were allowed to be. Asian Americans were allowed to be interned in prison camps within this country because we were allowed to be. People with disabilities were not able to watch television because there was no closed captioning. There are so many women were not allowed to vote or have bank accounts or own a home by themselves because the country allowed them to be. But it was people that stood up and said, we have got to have laws protecting our rights for being people of color, for being disabled, for being, otherly abled, for being who we are or who we want to marry. And until you get representation that agrees with you, that will write legislation and pass laws and make it so that they can't, they will continue to do so. So when somebody says, why are they doing this to us? Well, because they still can. And if you don't want them to do that to you, you need to get people to represent you that agree with you. And right now we don't have that representation. And there are even bills that when we do have control of the House and the Senate and the court, that they will pass, a non-discrimination act, but it won't include this and this and this, kind of like having a pride festival with no drag representation, because it's better to have this law that has some of the stuff that we want versus a law that encompasses everybody. And with the second that you compromise, you let them win.
Yep.
Never glorify a compromise. You still lost something. Somebody will still suffer because you gave up.
Mm-hmm.
So people ask me all the time, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? And that's the answer. It breaks my heart, when I get people. I had a kid message me one time before I testified at Congress, at the State House, and they said, I feel so dehumanized when they talk about me like they do. And the first thing that came to my head was a Jew in the 40s that was put to death because of who they were and the God that they worshiped. They did not see those people as humans. So when I hear a young person say, I feel so dehumanized, instantly I have that image that we live in a country where certain politicians will talk about other humans, other citizens, other people that we live, work, and love with, allow them to feel less than human. That's disgusting. And we can't sit by and allow that to happen. I just don't get it. There are so many people that feel less than human because people on a whole just don't care.
And it's just a big distraction from what they are doing.
Making money. They're making money.
Making money and distracting us from the shitty things they've done in their lives. because if we focus on this, we won't pay attention to these files.
Yeah. Keep us poor, keep us stupid. Yep.
And sick.
And sick.
They don't want us to have health care. Healthy people vote.
Yeah.
Right.
We do
Poor
have
people
two
are
more
busy.
questions. Go ahead.
Go for it. No, I was gonna say poor people have to work. Poor people are, they can't go out and vote. They're too busy working.
Yep. And this next question, I do kind of want to segue this into what we were talking about. Just Rose, we were talking about misogyny earlier, and what are our opinions on the misogynist tendencies within our own community, drag specifically? It drives me nuts when shows will only book queens and will not book a single king. We have some incredible kings in this area, and kings deserve to be in shows as well. Drag things deserve to be in shows as well. Like, if someone identifies as a drag clown, if the talent's good, do it. Like, there's room for all at this table.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
like
lot of
a potluck.
misogyny.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like drag is like a potluck. Come on over, bring something.
Well, and you know what? You know who is the biggest culprit of that? Are the bar owners.
Yes.
Definitely. There's a lot of
Yeah.
misogyny. There's a lot of ageism. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and you call it out. I always when I'm directing a show or I'm booking a show, I really try and have a very inclusive cast. That's something I always pay attention to. Like, when I look at this poster, am I looking at, is it whitewashed? Is everybody white, or is everybody female presenting? Or I am very aware of those things, because I refuse to. When that show at the Bridgestone Arena that I was talking about with the Sheryl Crow thing, they sent me like who was performing, and I said, "You have no trans people and you have no people of color. You can't be that ridiculously blind." And they said, "We'll get right back to you." And then the next 3 hours, I got a response that, "Do you have any suggestions of who we could contact?" I'm like, "Yeah, here's a list. I've been working on it." And I gave them a list of folks, and they booked every one of them.
Good. I will
And
still.
I mean, I don't like to toot that horn, but it's a true story. True story. I said I won't do the show. I said I will not do the show.
Speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a venue here years ago doing a Black History Month show with one person of color in the cast.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
Right?
Next thing you know, T.S. Madison was in the show. No, I'm kidding.
Now, we do have one more question, and it's a very, very serious question.
I don't believe you.
What is everyone's favorite piece of jewelry? Amethyst, I know you said your earrings were top 3.
Hun, we could have a whole episode on my favorite jewelry. Oh,
I'm looking behind me.
Right.
So, favorite.
Wait, can I grab something?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go
I'm
for
doing
it.
the same.
I'm so glad I kept my back.
All of mine. I have a teal and Colorado topaz set that I love. This I love because it's cat's eye, it's hyacinth AB and hyacinth. Oh, stop me. Jewelry is my thing, hun. Obviously, look, amethyst, diamond. I have more jewelry than Jesus Christ himself. I do. I have no business buying any more jewelry, but I keep buying it because I love it.
Right. I got
Okay,
this
I'm back.
Do it, girl.
Rocks by Cox, and I love it. I don't wear it nearly enough, but it's like black, purple, and AB, but some of the black stones are like a spider web on them, which you can't really see in the camera.
Pretty sure that's amethyst diamond, and you should give it to me.
Come get it, bitch.
No, that's right. I have the same cracked stones by her, but mine are like blue and gold. Yes.
Nice. How about you, Veronica?
Okay, so I'll be vain for a second, but Drag Diamonds, I think they're out of Arizona. They did this set for me with my logo. So I have the earrings, and this is the ring, and it's blacklight reactive, and they are so much fun. It's the same company that did that did the ones with my business logo. So shout out to them. They should give me some shit for free.
We need jewelry.
And I don't need any more jewelry. I mean, I'll always take it, but and then I had this set made recently by a gentleman named Robert up north. He did this amazing set right here. Can you see it?
Fuck Trump. I need that.
That's
Isn't it amazing? So they are amazing. They're really fucking heavy, but I love that. And then one thing that's a sentimental piece of jewelry, one of the performers that I mentioned in my answer earlier, Bianca Page, who passed away due to complications of HIV and leukemia back in 2010. I was very fortunate to get some of her drag, and then this necklace was part of her collection. And it's something that I wear very rarely. It's very old school drag, but I will always cherish it. It's one of my favorite pieces of jewelry in my collection, and I just love it. But I have some really lovely jewelry that I've made and that I have acquired over the years. And jewelry is such a big fun part of what we do.
Yep.
Love it. Makes me happy.
Exactly.
Brings me joy.
Unfortunately, we are reaching the end of our time for this evening, and I have to be up at 5:30 to run a rehearsal in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
I do want to give us all a chance to say goodnight to our viewers for the evening, starting with Amethyst Diamond.
Sister, thank you so much for your spooky look tonight. I am so proud of you, and I am so very proud of this growth that I'm seeing in you. You're doing it correct. Girl, it's good. The looks are good. The makeup's good. I'm so blessed to still be doing this with you after 6 years. We've been doing this. I'm like 5.5, but you got 6 on this. I came along a little later in life, but still, we're doing a good thing, and we're meeting such good people, and we're putting out such a good message. And I think it is so important that we continue doing this and continue on this journey of love and knowledge and embracing and educating people out there. So thank you so much for your love. Thank you for being my family. Thank you for being my sister. So thank you for that. Veronika, baby, you can come back anytime. Anytime.
I'll be up in your neck of the woods this summer. We should do an all stars, like a live in-person show with all of your favorite guests.
Please let us know when you're around. We can host you. We can whatever you need. Okay.
I'm coming to Knoebels. I'll be there in Memorial Day and the first week of July.
Right. Oh, we're there. We're there. We will come find you. Absolutely. That's right in our neck of the woods, hon. So,
I know.
Yes, good.
I grew up over around there.
Oh my goodness. You're from Pennsylvania?
I'm from Staten Island, but Staten Island just go to Pennsylvania for the weekend.
You might as well. Why not? The woods, campground, all that good stuff. Yes. Veronika, you have been a breath of fresh air, and it's been so nice to converse with you and just to have your presence and your knowledge and your education, your history, your value, your outlook on business, your outlook on drag. So thank you for what you do. You're doing a good thing. And we'll see you in May in person. We're going to ride the roller coasters and stuff.
Let's do it.
I love you. And to all of our viewers out there and our Patreon subscribers, thank you so much for your continued love and support. We love you. We cannot do this without you. So take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. All right. Next.
Veronika, anything to add to that?
I mean, I've said so much already, but what I will say is a big thank you to you guys and a plea to all of the people that are watching this live and people that are going to be watching this after it's recorded. You have got to support queer artists and you've got to support the idea of diversity. So subscribe to the Patreons, like, share videos, make commentary, because if we don't, these spaces will go away, and platforms nowadays, they can restrict who's on their platform. So support queer artists, support queer platforms, and allow for your friends to be creative and make friends with people that need it. And I always like to say, 7 minutes can save somebody's life. So check in with your friends that might be struggling, knock on a door, send a text message, make a phone call, send a basket. You never know when a 7-minute conversation may pick somebody up from a dark place.
Love that.
That's so true. Veronica, you have been so wonderful to chat with tonight. Like she said, like, come back. We gotta talk to some venues about doing a Inside the Drag Closet cabaret.
Yeah.
We gotta figure
That
that
would be
out.
amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Veronica, you have been an absolute joy. I'm glad we finally got you on the show. This has been so much fun.
Thank you.
My sister Amethyst, I couldn't do the show without you.
We'll call it Outside the Drag Closet.
Outside. Yes.
Outside the Drag Closet. Yes, that's what it is. Amethyst and I are going on a little adventure next week, which we're going to talk about on our Pearls of Wisdom this evening. So if you want to know what that is about, subscribe to the damn Patreon.
That's right.
And make sure you come back in 2 weeks, because we're going to be celebrating some Halloween, and we've got a super special guest. The lovely Regina Holiday will be joining us for an ooky spooky kind of evening. Can't wait for that. We may have another guest as well, but I haven't heard back from them, so they're not on the poster yet.
We might not.
We might not. I don't know.
We might not.
But everybody, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and don't forget to wash your drag. Good night, everybody.
Oh.